Today we're talking about a manifestation question that I don't think gets asked nearly enough. Is it better to manifest experiences or things? Because when most people first discover manifestation, the focus is often on tangible desires. Things like dream house, luxury handbag, specific amount of money, a new car, maybe designer clothes, the latest phone or technology, a bigger flat. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting those things. But over time, I started noticing that many of the moments I treasured most in my life weren't actually objects. They were experiences, the late night conversations, the spontaneous adventures, the confidence that I built, the memories I created, the way I felt during certain seasons of life. And that made me wonder, when it comes to manifestation, what actually creates a more meaningful life? Manifesting things, manifesting experiences, or is the answer somewhere in the middle? So in today's video, we're going to talk about the psychology of experiences versus possessions, why we often think material things will change our lives, what research says about happiness, how manifestation can support both, and how to decide what actually aligns with the life you want to create. And at the end, I'll give you your practical action steps to help you manifest more intentionally. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Let's be honest. Most of us grow up learning that success looks visible. We see messages everywhere telling us that happiness looks like owning the right products, achieving certain milestones, upgrading our lifestyles, buying more, accumulating more. So naturally, many manifestation lists focus on things. We write down, I want the dream house, I want more money, I want luxury, I want the designer bag, I want a new wardrobe. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Objects can bring comfort, improve quality of life, reflect personal style, and support meaningful experiences. The problem isn't wanting things. The problem is believing they'll permanently transform how we feel about ourselves. Because sometimes we don't actually want the thing, we want the feeling we think the thing will give us. This realization changed the way I approached manifestation, because underneath many desires is an emotional need. So for example, maybe you don't only want the luxury holiday. Maybe you want freedom, adventure, presence, excitement. Maybe you don't only want the expensive handbag. Maybe you want confidence, self-expression, beauty, celebration. Maybe you don't only want more money. Maybe you want security, peace, options, stability. The thing itself isn't necessarily wrong, but understanding the feeling behind the desire gives you more ways to experience it. And sometimes you realize you can begin creating pieces of that feeling now. One of the reasons this conversation interests me so much is because psychology research has consistently found that experiences often contribute more to long-term happiness than material possessions. Why? Because experiences tend to strengthen relationships, become part of our identity, create memories, encourage presence, and continue providing emotional value through reflection. Think about it. You probably remember your favorite holiday, your favorite concert, a trip with your friends, a meaningful conversation, learning something new, laughing until you cried. Those moments stay with us. Experiences often become part of who we are. That doesn't mean possessions don't matter, but it does suggest that investing in experiences can create lasting emotional richness. I also don't want this video to turn into experiences good, things bad, because that's not true either. Sometimes possessions matter deeply. For example, a cozy home can create safety. A camera can support creativity. Books can expand your thinking. A piano can bring joy. Beautiful clothes can support self-expression. Objects often become tools that help us experience life more fully. The key question becomes, am I expecting this object to complete, or am I using it to enhance a life I'm already building? That distinction matters. There's a psychological concept that basically says humans adapt surprisingly quickly to changes. Even exciting purchases often become normal over time. The new phone eventually feels just like a phone. The dream car becomes your regular car. The exciting purchase blends into everyday life. This doesn't mean buying things is pointless. It simply means that external upgrades alone don't guarantee lasting happiness. Because eventually your nervous system adjusts. And if your internal world hasn't changed, you may still feel dissatisfied. This is why self-concept, gratitude, and intentional living matter so much, because fulfillment isn't only external. One of my favorite things about experiences is that they often stretch us. Travel teaches adaptability. Trying hobbies builds confidence. Meeting new people expands perspective. Learning skills increases self-trust. Experiences help us discover parts of ourselves we didn't know existed. You don't necessarily return from a meaningful experience exactly the same person. And honestly, that personal growth is something no object can fully replace. Because experiences often become evidence that you're capable of more than you thought. I actually don't think the answer is choosing one over the other. I think it's about balance. Manifest the home and the dinner parties inside it. Manifest the camera and the memories you'll capture. Manifest the money and the freedom it creates. Manifest the suitcase and the adventures waiting for you. The object becomes meaningful because of the experience attached to it. So instead of asking, what things do I want? Try asking, what kind of life do I want to live? That question changes everything. I think one of the most powerful manifestation exercises is identifying the emotional themes of your dream life. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel? Do I want to feel adventurous, peaceful, connected, creative, secure, playful, inspired, free? Then ask, what experiences support those feelings? Because maybe your dream life isn't actually about having more. Maybe it's about experiencing more presence, more joy, more meaning, more connection. And the beautiful thing is some of those experiences can begin now, even in small ways. I think one of the risks of manifestation is constantly waiting. Waiting until you have enough money. Waiting until you own the perfect things. Waiting until you've made it. Meanwhile, life keeps happening. Please don't postpone joy indefinitely. Wear the nice outfit. Take the day trip, call your friend, watch the sunset, try the hobby, celebrate small moments. You don't have to earn permission to participate in your own life because someday isn't guaranteed. Today matters too. If you love beautiful things, that's okay. If you love collecting experiences, that's okay too. You don't have to choose between ambition and presence, luxury and gratitude, goals and enjoyment, things and experiences. The question isn't, what should I want? The question is, what actually creates a life that feels meaningful to me? Because manifestation isn't about accumulation. It's about intention. It's about creating a life that reflects your values, a life you don't constantly need to escape from. And sometimes the most fulfilling manifestations aren't the ones sitting on your shelf. They're the moments that changed who you became. Okay, here are your action steps for this week. Review your manifestation list. Look at your current desires and ask, what feeling am I hoping to get this will give me? Write down the emotional need underneath each goal. Add experience goals. Alongside your material goals, include experiences you want to have. Maybe it's taking a solo day trip, learning an instrument, hosting dinner parties, traveling, attending concerts. Identify your dream life feelings. Choose 3 to 5 emotions you want your life to contain more of and build goals around those feelings. Create one experience this week. It doesn't have to be expensive. It could be a picnic, if the weather's nice, a movie night, visiting somewhere new, reading in a cafe, trying a nature walk. Memories don't always require the big budgets. Practice present moment gratitude. Do not wait for future manifestations to appreciate your current life. Notice what already brings beauty, meaning, and joy. I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.